And here at home, we will give you a breakdown of what viewers can expect and what we should be looking for tonight. We have with us this morning CSUB Assistant Professor and Pre-Law Advisor in the Political Science Department at CSUB, Dr. Jeanine Kraybill, joining us live. Good morning to you, Dr. Kraybill. Thank you for being here.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
What do you expect if there's one bombshell or one big moment, I know there's so many to choose from going into tonight, what could it be in your eyes?
Well, tonight, I think that one of the things that Joe Biden will definitely try to make several comments on, if the moderator, Chris Wallace, doesn't beat him to the punch, is the expose coming out from the New York Times about Donald Trump's taxes and the fact that out of the last 15 years, he hasn't paid taxes in about 10 of those years. And so I think that in trying to really speak to these battleground states in middle America and trying to get some of those states back where Trump won in 2016, that Joe Biden is going to look hard there to take some hits against the president, particularly because the economy is one of the issues that's going to be discussed. And so I think that Joe Biden may very well frame the fact that most Americans are paying much more in taxes than Donald Trump is.
Do you foresee the president being on the defensive for the entire debate tonight, or will he be able to go ahead and talk about some of his positive takeaways from his first term?
I think on some issues he will be defensive. Donald Trump has really tried to sell the American people since the 2016 election that he is a successful businessman. Many have criticized that as being a Trojan horse, and the New York Times article speaks to that. So I think in that regard, he'll be on the defensive, and that's a sensitive point for him. I also think he could possibly be on the defense when they talk about the federal government's response to COVID-19 and not really able to broker long-lasting relationships with governors where states have been hardest hit to try to put together a national response. However, that being said, Donald Trump is very good with the media. Mm-hmm. He's very good with one-liners and zingers. And so I think that it'll be interesting to see how he responds and how he tries to deflect some of the criticisms that will come from Joe Biden.
There's going to be a lot on Joe Biden's plate tonight going into this. Do you foresee any scenario where too much of an attack could backfire without presenting part of his plan for moving forward if he's elected?
Well, that's always really important because by this point of the election, most people have their minds, made up. Mm-hmm. You're really speaking to a very slim portion of the electorate that is undecided, and they may very well want to hear, okay, maybe perhaps a voter isn't completely sold on Trump or Trump again. And what is Joe Biden's economic plan? I think that this is a real opportunity for Joe Biden on more of a national scale to present that. That's one of the things, even though I thought that the DNC was fairly well done, I think that one of the criticisms of the DNC that was fair was that it didn't really proffer exactly what the plans were going forward for the Democrats and for Joe Biden. And so I think that this debate, particularly because the range of topics, will give him the opportunity to do that. I also think there are some places where Trump might try to hit back on Joe Biden. We know that when it comes to civil unrest and violence and race relations that we've been seeing, President Trump has been trying to frame it that this is, towns led by Democratic mayors. This is, and then Joe Biden has been trying to flip the script on that, saying, well, this is Trump's America. So that's another place in the debate tonight. I'm very interested to see how both of these gentlemen will handle that very crucial issue happening in our country.
Dr. Jeanine Kraybill with CSUB providing some insight this morning for us on the upcoming debate. I want to thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much for having me.